South Africa have done the unthinkable. They finally have their hands on an ICC championship, and it's absolutely brilliant there. The emotions are running high there for all South Africans and all their fans there. But what a test match this has been! It's been a test match of the highest quality. Two top side teams they're facing off each other, and we'll be discussing all that and more in our podcast today. Hello and welcome to Boundary Line Podcast. My name is Dylan Pink. I got Sheldon Doherty on the show with me, and South African fans. You guys can now just rest and just breathe because it's finally happened. An ICC Championship trophy after almost 27 years. Sheldon, I know you are a big fan of of the team there and how often they've come so close, Sheldon. And we'll be discussing that a little later in our podcast. But your thoughts on the game there? A superb test match, Sheldon, and quite right in the end that the best team deserved to win this match, and it couldn't be better than South Africa winning this test mace, Sheldon, because they've gone through a lot in the past 2 years also. If you look at it, they've always been the top side there, but inching close but not getting over the line. And finally, Sheldon, with this sort of a team, they did it. Temba Bavuma and his men can be really proud, and I think this goes out to all the other fans and all the other players that have been with the South African team all over the years, and it's so happy for them. Your thoughts on the game, Sheldon?
Dil, for the first time in our lifetime, Dil, we can say in cricket that South Africa are world champions still. A line we never thought maybe would happen in our lifetime, Dil. It was always the bridesmaids, never the brides, right? Yesterday was that moment, Dil. And the great thing about time, right, Dil? It changes. And that showed Dil yesterday. What a
Yeah,
moment. Not only for the cricket team, but for the nation of South Africa, Dil. You could see,
true.
the ministers all over going wild, the fans all over, and it almost felt like it was in South Africa till this game. The fan
Brilliant.
support. I think
Yeah.
anyone who was a South African traveled to Lords for this weekend because it was incredible, Dil, and what a moment. Cricket, Dil. It never ceases to amaze us, right? Just when you think we've
Yeah.
seen it all, you have a week like this still where I think they were underdogs. I think big underdogs. When you look at the teams, you look
Yeah.
at the two 11s that turned up. I think 80% of the people would have said Australia are winning. Maybe more. Maybe
Yeah.
90%, unless you're South African, a diehard South African fan, you'd have been like, okay, yeah, South Africa can do it. But an incredible week till, and Test cricket won this week as well. I think, Dil, it was beautiful for our game. Test cricket's dying. No, it's not, Dil. With weeks like this, it's not dying. More weeks like this are needed, Dil, and a brilliant week, Dil.
Yeah, brilliant week for Test cricket there. And getting into this Test match, obviously Australia are red hot favorites to win this, right? Because they are the team that's played a lot of this. They're a team that's come to the finals so many times in any given format. The defending champions of the World Test Championship also. And getting into this, they were put into bat. 212 is what they got. South Africa could manage only 138, giving them a 75-run lead there almost, Sheldon. And then Australia bat again, 207. Mitchell Stark there towards the end, putting up that brilliant partnership, with the tail playing really well, and South Africa needed to chase 282. There was a little hiccup at the start there with Ryan Rickelton going early, but Aiden Markram, Temba Bavuma, I think consolidated and played so well. One of the better innings you'll ever see in a final or in a test match, in a clutch century there by Aiden Markram, and we will come to him in some time there. But the emotions, like you said, the ministers, the fans, and everyone just going crazy. And I think South Africa needed this so badly. Last year they were on the sidelines in that T20 World Cup versus India in Barbados.
Yeah.
They were so close to winning that, and you almost felt that it was snatched away from them. India
Yeah.
playing brilliantly also in that World Cup there. But come this time, Sheldon, I think the thought process was good. They were positive right from the start. The intent was there, and Aiden Markram, absolute brilliant 100, Sheldon. And zero in the first innings, duck right, Mitchell Stark getting him there with the beauty of a delivery. But to come in the second innings under pressure, 136, just 4 runs away. He couldn't be there till the end and hit the winning runs there, but he did his job, Sheldon. He stood, he batted it out. He played for his country, and you could see what it meant to him there. Even after he got his 100, he was just calm, composed. He knew the job was not yet done, and he came out even today and batted so well. And in the end, rightly so, adjudged the man of the match.
Oh, Dil, I mean, Aiden Markram, Dil, what a player. Where does he want his statue, right? In South Africa, Dil, surely you
I
built
think he
that
wants a
man.
statue at Lord Sheldon now after
Yeah.
this. Come on.
I mean, incredible, Dil. One of the great test innings I've seen. Obviously, recency bias would come into it. We just saw it, but given the pressure, given what South Africa has been through, Dil, in ICC tournaments as well, I mean, that was just a great knock. He looked at ease, in that second innings. Still, he looked like he was a man on a mission. He looked like he wanted to take them home. Unfortunate that he didn't get out at that time, Dill, and didn't bat through. But the ovation he got, Dill, when he got out, I mean,
I think it was
wow.
good. I think it was
Yeah,
good because if he had to hit the winning runs and it's almost for the team,
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah, the
everyone's
team,
happy,
yeah.
but and of course that's important there. But I thought in hindsight when you look at it, at complete standing ovation there from the crowd. Everyone, children, were on their feet, and you could see even in the com box, Pollock, everyone were on their feet for him, and it was a century of the highest order.
And to think of Markram as well, that he was captain in Barbados. He was captain of South Africa, but they got so close. They should have won that game. He was through the heartbreak deal. He was there in the 23 semi-final as well.
Yeah,
He bowled very well in that game, and unfortunately it was heartbreak for him. But finally for him, yeah, I mean, he is a lucky charm as well. The under 19 winning captain for South Africa.
yeah,
Now he's there at the heart of it, man of the match when South Africa win, their first ICC World Championship. Till
yeah.
I mean, he's a South African legend now, Till, for sure. He's
No,
legendary
absolutely.
status. I mean,
Yeah,
and Till often with Markram, you kind of feel he hasn't fulfilled his potential. Like often when you talk, especially
yeah,
before this knock, you
yeah,
feel like this guy's so talented. Till whenever you watch him bat, you're like he can do so much more. But I mean,
yeah.
he finally fulfilled that potential. Till even if he doesn't score another run in his career, this moment alone he'll go in the history books. Till this will be replayed in South Africa, for years, decades to come. Till such a great moment, and I'm so happy for the guy. He seems like a really nice guy as well. Till no ego, no attitude. He seems very humble. He puts the team first, and yeah,
Yeah.
Till, I'm so happy he got that moment. And yeah, what a moment for Aiden Markram. Till.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also equally happy,
Yeah,
Sheldon,
yeah.
because this team, we've been supporting this team there, and I think everyone's next best team after,
Yeah,
even if you're an England fan, you want, if England's not playing, you want these
yeah,
guys to do well. That's the sort of a vibe I get with South Africa and the
yeah,
West Indies also. I
yeah,
somewhat get that feeling there, but everyone's second best team, I can say, South Africa, just the heartbreak and coming to this iconic moment from back in the day in the past in the 99 semi-final, that World Cup, Sheldon, it happened on this ground itself, that heartbreak, and from then on it continued, and South Africa almost like jinxed after that. They couldn't get over the line in the 2003 World Cup in their home
yeah.
country. Almost rain coming there, ending their chances. The 2007 T20 World Cup was also played in South Africa. You felt that they should have got over the line with some crazy hitters in the game. They didn't do that. And over the years, the 2011 ODI World Cup there again, they came so close. They've missed out on that one. And 2015, who can forget? Man, that was the year I thought South Africa should have won that World Cup,
Yeah.
and you knew what it meant to all those players, Shalan, the tears, the emotions, and now to finally come here, even last year, like we said, the T20 World Cup, they were so close, winning almost 90% was in their favor there, but that one foot in the door taken by India, they got the chance and then shut the door out on them, but to be through all this as a country, as a team, all the legendary players that's been there in that team. We talk about the Jack Carles, Graham Smith, AB de Villiers, Herschel Gibbs, Dale Steyn, Morne Morkel, all these guys, Alan Donald, Sean Pollock. There's some legends of the game there, and they've been through all that, and you could see how much it meant to all these guys. Graham Smith on the boundary, Kevin Peterson, who's originally South African, he was so pumped up. AB de Villiers in the stand cheering for the team, and this is what dreams are made of, Sharon. And I think your your word on that, Sharon. What did you think of that moment there? Finally, when they got that winning run, you could see like everyone, every person in the stand wanted them to win it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, Pollock calling it as well. It had to be
Superb,
him.
man.
I mean, it was spectacular. That was one of the great calls as well. You could see the emotion as well on him. Obviously, Dill, he was there, through the heartbreaks many a time, Dill, whether it was
Yeah,
99, 2003, he played as well. I mean,
yeah,
in that home World Cup. And you talk about as well, Dill, the heartbreaks, right? Many of them came at the hands of this opposition as well. Australia have been
Oh
a
my
team
God,
that have
don't.
scarred South Africa. Even Pollock said it on comms while he
Yeah,
was doing
yeah,
that. He's like,
yeah.
this team has probably given them the most heartbreak, and that's why it makes it even more special, Dil. To do it against Australia is it makes it even more special because we know Dil, Australia are a champion side.
Yeah,
They're probably the toughest team to play in an ICC final
of
because they just
course.
won't give you an inch still. And I mean, you saw the reaction as well. I want to touch on Graham Smith as well. He took over as well for Cricket South Africa now. He's director of Cricket South Africa, and they were in a sorry state when he took over. He
Yeah,
made some big changes. He introduced the SA20. Obviously, he
yeah.
had to make some big calls throughout this World Test Championship cycle as well, Dil. And to think where South Africa were, Dil, just a couple of months, Feb 2024, they had lost to New Zealand in New Zealand, sending a seaside. The Test side was in disarray, Dil. They were a side which you didn't
Yeah,
know. They're probably going to come last. They seem like a side that didn't care about Test cricket, Dil. They do care about Test cricket now, Dil. 8 wins on the bounce to win the World Test Championship. It doesn't matter who you're playing, Dil. Easy draw this, easy draw that. It's not easy to win 8 Test matches in a
right.
row, and
Yeah,
it's not easy to beat Australia. So incredible, Dil. And I mean, for Cricket South Africa as well, Dil, to go on this run with this team, who on paper you'd probably say isn't the strongest South African team. When you think
yeah.
of the 2012 team, Dil, that the one which Smith led, which
Oh
went to
my
number
God.
one as well, they were superb. But it just shows, Dil, with the right mindset, good leadership, and guys who are willing to give it their all for the team, you can achieve anything.
Absolutely there, and Graham Smith, of course, led that wonderful side for so many
Yeah,
years there, and taking South Africa to number one. In those days, there were no,
yeah,
World Test Championship.
yeah.
We just got a number one, and that's it. But it means a lot, and Test cricket, Sheldon, is, I think, the best format of the game. Let's just say it out loud now. Yes, we
Yeah.
there's a lot of T20 being played. We are fans of the format and the franchisee cricket and etc. etc. But Test cricket, when it comes to it, nothing grips like Test cricket. It's so entertaining there. And to come back and you said good leadership there, Sheldon, and one guy that has led this team absolutely brilliantly. I think there are no words can describe the way he's led this team is Temba Bavuma. Um, a lot has been said about him. A lot, people have mocked him. People have put him down, almost called him as a reserve player coming into the squad. Just constantly being mocked. But to put all that aside and to probably even take that within and to channel all that energy and just focus on your goal, Sheldon, it says a lot about the guy. And he said in the post-match presentation that his grandmother named him, which his name means hope. Temba means hope, which is hope for the nation, hope for your country. And what better way, to go out there and say those iconic words? I think these words are gonna be there, for a very, very long time. Every South African's gonna remember this, that it wasn't Graham Smith, it wasn't AB de Villiers, it wasn't Faf du Plessis, it wasn't, your Steyn or Callis or Morkels. It wasn't Aiden Markram also, but it was a guy called Temba Bavuma that has led South Africa and broken the jinx finally when it mattered the most. And to play with almost a muscle pull, a hamstring pull, fighting for your country, just putting your body on the line. No words to describe it, man.
Oh, Adil, absolutely. I mean, Temba Bavuma, Adil, I mean, when he took over the captaincy, there were many doubts, right? Whether in South Africa, outside South Africa, everyone's like, is he the right man for the job? I mean, I think he was the right man, though, based on what he did. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And the way he's led this side, he's been their top scorer as well, averaging over 55 in this World Test Championship cycle.
Brilliant. Yeah.
He's played some key knocks, but his leadership's been brilliant. Till he's picked the right sides. He's attacked when he's needed to, and I think just what he's done for this team, Dil. Everyone was cheering his name as well. You could see how much
Yeah.
the
You could
fans
see how
now.
much the fans meant to, it meant to the fans. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, they were all screaming, "Oh, Temba Bavuma" as well yesterday. I mean, you could just see how much he means to them as well, not only as a captain, but as a player. And yeah, probably he's not a Pat Cummins or he's not a Ben Stokes in the way, he leads the side in that aura, but he does what he has to do for the team, Dil. And it's not what others think about him, it's what his team thinks about him. And his team
Exactly.
loves him, Dil. I think they'd run through a brick wall for him. I mean, the players he's picked as well, Dil, most teams wouldn't pick these guys. I
Yeah.
thought Bellingham, Varane, the two guys who were there at the end as well. I mean, would they start for any other test side? You don't know, Dil, but they've
Bellingham
done,
played well, I thought.
yeah,
Bellingham
very
played
well.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought even in the first innings, did he played a good counter-attacking 40 when South
Yeah.
Africa were under pressure, and second innings as well. I thought the on drive he hit as well.
Yeah.
That was a
Superb.
brilliant on drive, Dil. But yeah, he's picked some players, Dil, and yes, not all of them performed in the final, but throughout this World Test Championship cycle, different players have stepped up for South Africa, like whether it's been Rickleton, Varane, Janssen, Mulder, Dane Patterson, who didn't play this game as well.
Tony
He's yeah,
Desorzi,
yeah, a brilliant double hundred he
double
played in.
hundred. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so many players still, and that's what contributes to a winning team. It's not one player. Yes, in this final, it was one or two players or three players, but yeah, it's a team sport, and ultimately the team delivered.
Absolutely, there. And you speak just a little more on the captain there that, and I think he backs the right guys. I think he backs everybody, and
Yeah.
he gives that confidence, to everyone. Guys like you mentioned, Kyle and David Bellingham. All these guys, here, like you said, wouldn't start in any other team there because the experience is pretty low there. But to be backed by your captain when you got that confidence, it shows on the field there. And I couldn't be more happy, for him as a captain, as a leader. And I think he's put all the naysayers to rest there. A brilliant, brilliant way he's led the team and undefeated so far as a captain. I think
Wow.
nine tests or something, 10 tests that
9 out of 10. Yeah.
nine. Yeah, he's just drawn one, and he's won the other nine. So absolutely brilliant, for a captain that record. And I think Graham Smith also backs him. I think Graham Smith knows that this guy has got his head on his shoulders, and he's a very astute um, captain, the way he leads, also, so I think a lot of it, going in his favor there. And you could see the emotions, what it meant to Temba Bavuma. Even when the winning run was hit, he just had a glimpse and he just
Yeah.
put his, hands in his face, his face in his hands there, and he just couldn't believe that it's finally happened after all what they've been through there. But coming to Australia now, what do you make of them? Did they like actually play their best? I know on that third day, not much of assistance from the pitch there, but you'd say that they bowled well actually. They bowled quite well in the right areas and everything like that, but they just came up against a very good Aiden Markram and Temba Bavuma on that day and couldn't do anything after that much.
Yeah, Dil, I don't think there can be much criticism of their bowling. I thought especially in the second innings, it did flatten out a bit, but I think where they lost the game, Dil, Australia, was their batting in the second innings.
Yeah,
I mean, when you looked at it, Dil, if the top order or someone was still there on day three, you saw Stark and Lyon batted, Dil. If there
yeah,
was any top order batter still there, they could have got the lead, more than 300, Dil.
yeah,
If someone kicked on, and that's where they look at it, Dil. They got blown away on day three, sorry, day two end. They got
yeah.
blown away there and they lost too many wickets. And I think that's probably where they lost the game. But yeah, Australia fighters, Dil. Even on the last day, they came and, they were still, fielding well. They were not
Brilliant,
giving a run.
absolutely brilliant.
And it
Yeah.
almost felt like they were saying to South Africa, if you want to win this, you have to work for
It's
every run today. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, they're like champion side Australia. They didn't win this, obviously, but they've been brilliant throughout this World Test Championship cycle, throughout the last World Test Championship cycle.
yeah.
I mean, they've been a superb side, and respect to their players as well. Dil, everyone shook Markram's hand when he got it as well. They
That was
all,
brilliant to see, man. Even
yeah,
after that, they just walking out. Everyone came into the dressing room there, shaking Markram's hand, Bavuma's hand, and hugging them and saying that, well done, finally. And this is the side that you said has got a history against South Africa, who's
yeah.
given them nightmares. But to just see that, Children, and this is what sport is all about. You fight on the field there, but off the field, I think these guys are all very close. They're all very good mates. And to see them, like this, it was just brilliant.
Yeah, it was superb to see, and that's what sports about, right? Dil? On the field, competitive. Off the field, it's you go back to your normal life. Tell you, you're just mates, and yeah, terrific. I want to touch on one player, Dil. Actually, we didn't touch on him yet. Bavuma said, a couple of days before this Test match, he went for the Hall of Fame, and he said he wouldn't be surprised in a few years if KG Rabada is in that Hall of Fame. I mean,
Damn, bro.
what a player, Dil. I mean, he's South Africa's talisman with the ball, no doubt
Yeah.
about it. Obviously, there were some concerns whether he would play this game a couple of months ago for off-field thing, but he came on and on the field, he's as good as anyone, Dil. And he haunts Australia, Dil, whether it's in South Africa, whether it's anywhere. He has a terrific record
Yeah,
against South Africa, against Australia, sorry. And I thought on day one, Dil, he set the tone saying, "We are come to play.
yeah.
This is not Australia just walking over us. We're come to play." And on day one, Dil, I think he set the tone for this game, Dil, with the way he bowled.
Absolutely there. I thought KG Rabada is going to go down as a legend there. 300 plus wickets already for him, in this format. He goes past Alan Donald there. Pat Cummins also during this test match
Yeah.
is past at 300 wickets there. So both greats of the game. And KG Rabada there's so many adjectives to describe this guy. Yes, there's a lot of controversy with him there, but if you put all that aside, he is one of South Africa's legends. He will go down as one of South Africa's legends for sure there. Super bowling, super blind and length, and leading this attack, and he meant business, like you said, on day one. You could see that he was fast, fiery, just steaming in there and meant business there. But your final thoughts, Sheldon, on this. What does it mean for South Africa, the legends, that the players that have been a part of this team, and just to see all that unfold, yesterday was absolutely emotional. At least me as a fan of the sport and of the side, they're really really too good, and they've been to so many heartbreaks, and you couldn't imagine another heartbreak, right? They were just on the verge of doing it, but I couldn't imagine them, not winning this test match there. But what does it mean for for South Africa, the players that have been a part of the side, the history that they've had, and now where does this take them from here on?
Oh, Dil, I mean, just psychologically as well, this is such a big moment. I mean, when South Africa play in the next event, Dil, there'll be so much less pressure on them now
Yeah,
once they get this monkey off their back, Dil. And it just felt like so many years of hard work, so many decades of hard work finally, came and it ended up in the right result. And I think also it worked that it was a test match, Dil. I think
yeah,
if it was an ODI or T20, South Africa probably would have lost it early. As we saw in the first innings, they were timid. That's how usually South Africa are in knockout games. Still, the way they batted on day one, they were timid. They were a bit, cautious. They didn't know what to do,
yeah.
whether to stick or twist. But I think the second innings, still, when they came out to bat, it was just a different South Africa. One I've never seen in an ICC knockout game, Dil, or an ICC final. Like they came out with a different mindset. They came out with the we're gonna attack, we're gonna go for it, and that brought them the greatest day in South African cricket history, Dil, and so happy for them. The scenes we saw at the end also, you just saw all the past players, whether it was Stain, AV, Graham Smith as well. I'm sure Callis, Amla, all the guys who played, Morning Morkel, all these guys who did so much for them, Dil.
Yeah,
Lance Klusner, the great Lance
who can
Klusner.
forget
I mean
that?
that he was there at 99. Dil. And Alan Donald can sleep peacefully finally, Dil. I mean, he's on so many of those reels, right? Dil? I mean, finally, they overcame it, and great day for South African cricket, Dil. And I mean, we still have a lot of Test cricket as well this summer, Dil. I mean, you think India's coming to England to play 5 Test matches? I mean, this is the summer probably to restore Test cricket, Dil. I mean,
Yeah,
it's brilliant. And also a general thing, Dil. People question maybe they should have the World Test Championship in other countries, but I think this week showed why
there's
it
no,
should be
yeah.
in England, Dil. There's no other country you can have a World Test Championship with two neutral teams and it's sell out on a weekday. I mean
Brilliant,
that
man.
that is
Absolutely
insane.
brilliant it was.
Like you would
Yeah,
think England were playing in the final, the way it was packed, the way
exactly.
it was
Yeah,
as loud as it's ever been. You
yeah.
thought it was in Cape Town almost at some point. Till absolutely brilliant. It was a great week till for cricket, I feel.
Yes, I think there's no other better place that it could have happened than at Lord's there, because two neutral teams, like you said, and absolutely packed crowds every single day,
Yeah.
all 4 days there, and we've enjoyed watching this Test match there. And yes, South African cricket, you guys can be really really proud of yourself. Congratulations to the entire South African team, all the legends, all the past players that have been a part of this team there, and to all the fans that are stuck on been through the heartbreaks. And 2025 seems to be the year of breaking jinxes.
Yeah.
Sheldon, a lot of teams, a lot of sporting teams, across different sports, they have broken the jinx there. So, and you know what they say, once you get the habit of winning, you just keep going on and on and on. And so, who knows, this could finally turn a new page over for this team there, and South Africa can go on to do wonders in the future there. But we'll be bringing you all such action and more sort of analysis from Test cricket that's going to be happening. Of course, Sheldon mentioned India will be playing England now, five-match series, so that's going to be interesting. A new team there coming, so we'll be bringing you all that. But thank you so much for watching the video. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Continue to show some love and support. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave your comments what you thought about this World Test Championship final and what were your thoughts on South Africa winning it. And we'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.